hype, hype. Come with me tonight. Can't you see? I wanna be with you. Hype, hype. Come with me tonight.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope everyone is well. Nottingham Forest 3, West Ham 0. Player ratings to my right is Lucas. Down the bottom there is Jay. And the main man himself is Mitch over there in the corner. And yeah, we were to talk about that shit yesterday. First off, Mitch, we didn't hear from you yesterday. How are you after that shite?
A bit upset. But it's good Chinese. Helped me right out. So, not too bad in the end.
Bash.
You can't beat a Chinese, I must admit. Lucas, how are you?
Good. Again, just recovering from yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely awful day, but today is a bit better. Well, it was better until I have to talk about this horrid shit again, but you know what? We're here.
Jay, what about yourself, mate?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm still alive. There was a good race in the F1 today, so you know we had something to enjoy this weekend. How are you, mate?
Yeah, gutted still, but I'm seeing it on social media, and people are starting to turn and look at this manager in a different light. But that's why we're here. We're here to talk about him and some players, and we're gonna get into it right now. Lucas Fabianski. Lucas for Lucas, take it away, mate.
Weird one yesterday. The one goal I think it was the last goal we conceded. Very poor, very, very poor. But he did make some really good saves throughout the match. But again, can't really put anything really down to him yesterday besides the very last goal. And already by then we were out of the match. But didn't really distribute the ball that much. I'll give him a 5.
8. I've seen people give him 8 and 7. What the fuck is this?
The last goal we can see was incredibly poor. That was really bad for him. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. I'm so glad Mitch is here, but I need a laugh. But I leave Mitch till last. Jay, what you said about Fabianski?
I'd say 6. I'd say pretty middle of the road. Yeah, he made a couple of good saves. I don't think he did anything wrong, but he did have to pick the ball out his net 3 times. So yeah, just 6 for me.
I'm going to agree with that. 6 out of 10, pretty standard. Can't do nothing about the third goal, which is a thunderbolt. The first goal,
second
for
goal
me,
was the thunderbolt, I think.
Is it? No, it's Hudson-Odoi was second. The third one was the thunder one, wasn't it? And yeah, they was all good goals. I must admit, Forest fans.
Second one, yeah, disgrace.
Yeah, we all know, but 6 out of 10. Mitch.
Yeah, just a 6, I'd say. I thought his distribution was shit.
Yeah.
I do think it is important now in this day and age, and the way teams do press, almost every team presses us. Besides for maybe Ipswich, it is good to have a keeper who's very good at distributing the ball in this current day, in this current football. Yes, obviously the priority is to make good saves, but I do think it is quite important to have a good distributor. And unfortunately, Fabianski and Daviola ain't that. But besides from that, yeah, I mean, the second goal he should have saved 100%. Even if it is a slight deflection.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, second
goal. Yeah, just a 6. But he did make some good saves. So.
Oh, that last save in the game, the fingertip one. Wow,
it was
fantastic save.
Yeah, just a 6 for me.
6 for you. We'll move on to this man, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Getting a lot of heat yesterday. Shout out to Kane. I'm going to start off with Lucas. What you saying?
A weird one for me, but I totally. He is a weird player to rate because I see it all over the place, and I feel the same way. For as brilliant of a defender as he is, his positional play is just not good. He just never really finds himself in the right positions, and he does get caught out a lot, and he does deserve a bit of criticism for that first goal. But then again, in terms of the tactics, I feel like Lopetegui is really letting him down to a point.
Massively.
Because
that is
me and Mitch talk about this all the time on PlayStation, but like it's getting to a point now where it's just silly that Wan-Bissaka has become the focal point of our build-up, and he keeps receiving the ball in these critical areas in the final third for him to play in a key ball. And it's just like, we all know he can't do it, but for some reason Lopetegui insists that we just keep doing it. And there's so many other players on the pitch we'd rather have in that position and should be having the ball in that position. But Lopetegui seems to not agree. And again, he's a professional. I'm just some schlup in the chair, armchair managing. But Wan-Bissaka, bit of a on and off day, deserves criticism for the first goal. But I didn't think he was terrible. I'd probably give him a 5.
Yeah. I'll go next. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. I think the first goal is light. He doesn't track the runner, but I don't really blame that on him, really. Mav should come across and cover it. And you got 2 centre halves in there, in Kilman and Todibo, who, if you can't see Chris Wood, then you're blind to a point. I agree with what Lucas has said before about why do we consistently go on the right-hand side while we put in all our attacking threat on this guy, all the time when that's not his thing. 5 out of 10.
If we could somehow just have some sort of force field where he stops at the 3/4 of the pitch. If there's a force field where he just runs into a wall and he just falls down and he can't go further up the pitch, it'd be lovely. But it's just not it. It's not it, and it proves time and time again.
Jay, what are you saying?
I feel for Wan-Bissaka a little bit. I totally hear all the comments about his positioning and he's not beyond criticism. I'd need to see the first goal back, to be honest. I haven't plucked up the courage to go back and watch any of the goals again because I can't deal with it.
Don't blame me.
But he was playing as a right wing back. He's not a right wing back, and him cutting inside into the areas that Bowen is meant to be operating in. Granted, he was central for the majority of the game. He's killing Jared Bowen as well, but I don't think it's his fault. None of us, when we signed Aaron Wan-Bissaka, none of us thought he'd be playing in this way. I for one, thought he would be a right back that sits and allow Emerson to get forward and let Emerson go and be expansive. And if anything, if we play a back 3 again, I'd like to see Wan-Bissaka as the right centre back, to be honest.
I think we all would.
He'd be way better suited. So I feel for him a little bit. I'm not here for us hyper focusing on Wan-Bissaka and trying to scapegoat him. I don't think he's beyond criticism. But I thought first glance Mavropanos was more to blame. So this is true. If only. I'm gonna say 5.5. I hear your guys' feedback on him. I'd need to see it back again, but granted, I'm not gonna get paid this week by James, so okay.
That's all right, mate. No worries. None of us are getting paid. We're all fucking piss poor broke. Mitch, what you saying about Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah, a bit of both. I think he deserves criticism. Just because, he shouldn't be playing in that position. He shouldn't be in the final third. Us having to rely on him playing key passes, cutbacks, crosses, passes into the box. But again, they do have to be better. I mean, as a professional footballer, his crossing should be better than what it is. It is. I like Wan-Bissaka a lot, but he's fucking horrific. His final ball. He's really bad. But then Lopetegui should know this. He shouldn't be playing him in this area. As soon as he should be used in transitional play, he should be used in build-up play, and that is it. Not in that final third. And if it's in the final third, purely to just pass it about and give it to the better players.
Yeah.
I do worry about his position slightly. To be fair, I think when he's sitting deep, sometimes his positioning can be a problem. But then again, maybe if he was played his natural position for 90 minutes every game, that might not be an issue. So to give him loads of criticism, I think is very fucking harsh. I would give him a 5.
5 out of 10 for you.
Low 5 for me, yeah.
Low 5. Move on to this man. Mavropanos. Jay, I'll let you go first on this one. What are you saying?
I think to overlap on the previous point, if we want to focus on someone who switches off, this guy switches off so easily. Yeah. And again, I felt like he could have done a lot more for that first goal. And I felt there was a few times that he found himself falling asleep. So I think this guy got off really, really lightly in terms of the criticism that was being levelled defensively. I think we just looked all over the shop, and this guy, any time he plays, we look all over the shop defensively. When we have a back four, again, I still can't get why we changed to a back five, given the way that we tried to play the game. But when we have a back four and it's Kilman and Todibo, like, we look so much more solid. And in the end, we ended up pushing Todibo. Like, he played this like floating role. It was really odd. So yeah, I think Mavropanos is probably the guy we should be looking at for a lot of the problems in our defensive line. For me, I'd go for a 4. And I think we should be looking more at this guy than we are Wan-Bissaka.
I'll go next. I agree with everything what Jay just said. He's a liability, Mav. Simple as that. The first goal, he just doesn't get across. And this is not the first time he's done that this season. Fulham away, done the same thing again, comes across. It's just shit. So, yeah.
No one knows their roles. When we're defending, no one knows their man. No one knows their roles. It's very fucking...
Yeah.
It's just so
and
shit.
that's the one thing. That's the one thing coming into the season. That's all we had to shore up and let everyone else cook. And now we are in an absolute crock of shit.
We've got attack. We've got no defense.
No midfield.
Got no midfield.
Ain't got a manager.
It's awful. It's so bad.
Right, I'll go with a 4. Mitch, what you saying?
It's really not much more I need to add. I think it was horrific, to be honest. I'd give him a low 5.
Low 5. Lucas?
Yeah, I didn't think he was awful. The stats indicate otherwise. The stats say he had a pretty good match, but again, the eye test, in my opinion, really never fails. So I'd probably give him a strong 4. He really teeters right in between a 5 and a 4 for me. So it is what it is. I'm not passionate about the rating.
People like stat merchants just getting the fucking bit.
Let's move on to this man, Max Kilman. Mitch, I'll let you go first on this one. What you saying about Kilman?
I don't think it was that bad. I'd say probably one of our only good players. Well, not good players, but one of our better players out of the shit bunch. Yeah, I thought he was pretty solid. I didn't think he was troubled too much, to be honest. I'll give him a high 6, Kilman.
I'll go next. I can't give him a high 6. I'll give him a high 5. Because that first goal is criminal. It's a criminal offence, really. How can you have 2 centre halves standing there? You can't see Chris Wood bang in the middle of you. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think that's on Kilman, though.
Yeah, but also the crossfield diagonal pass that he keeps playing every single time when you got.
To be fair, it wasn't on yesterday. But normally, in terms of the passing department, he's very reliable, and he does play some really good passes. But yesterday it wasn't there.
Like, I've got to be honest, I've got to rate him on yesterday, and yesterday I don't think he was as great. So I'm going to give him a high 5 for me. Lucas, what you saying?
I agree with Mitch. I thought he was probably arguably our best player yesterday. Again, worst of a bad bunch. 2 out of 2 in his ground duels, 6 for 6, or 6 out of 6 in his aerial duels, 12 defensive actions, 8 clearances. Again, his passing, 2 out of 8 for his long passing, 79% in total.
That's pretty shit.
For a center half, 79% is not very good. You want that to be above 85. But again, I thought he was all right. I think it's not solely his fault for the first goal. That's really a collective between Wan-Bissaka, Kilman, Todibo, Mavropanos, and Alvarez to a point as well. But I'd probably give him. I think he does. I'm going to give him a 6. The red card doesn't help as well, being bombarded for a whole second half. So I'll give him just a 6.
Valid. Jay.
Tell you what, I did enjoy that the only progressive run we saw all game was Max Kilman picking it up and just driving and just running at players. He
almost got through as well.
Yeah, oh mate,
the foot sole came out of him right there.
Yeah, literally. But we shouldn't be relying on him for that. He's a left centre back. But I felt for him to the point on the switch ball. I felt for him because playing 3 centre backs and then 2 centre mids, it's on the 2 centre mids to be dynamic and be creative, and they are anything but dynamic and creative. Those two, they're an absolute.
Rodriguez had a horrific game, like I said he would.
We'll get there, Mitch. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Sorry, just compliment.
Oh, he wants to lash out.
I'm gonna lash big time.
Fuck you know. Go on, Jay. Just wait.
Yeah, so I thought he was positive in what he tried to do, but like, the first goal to that point, I think again it's a victim of we're playing a back three that we clearly have like mashed together in the week and gone, here we go, lads, we're going to play you three together and hope that it works. It just didn't work, did it? So yeah, I thought he was okay. I give him a 6, and I think that's
Phil's in. Shout out to Big Phil. Right, we all know who Big Phil is. We surely missed Suchek's from midfield president. I reckon Mr. Mitch is in Lopetegui's ear. We all know who the real culprit is, people.
Mitch gave him the virus. Said,
I said I would have started him this game, so
even said he could probably score. Right, we'll move on to this man, Todibo. Lucas, I'll let you go first. Go on, mate.
Again, a weird one. The stats look decent from yesterday. The eye test I thought was okay until that Olaena goal.
Yeah.
That was one of those goals you just felt in your plums as soon as he tried to do that flick and it fell right back to him. Oh no, he's putting this top bins. And he did. And to be fair, in my opinion, that was really the only sore spot from him, except for obviously the first goal, which is a collective fault, in my opinion. But I think Todibo showed some signs yesterday of why he can be a very good defender. There was one moment in the match where him and Mavropanos just kept passing the ball between each other. Mavropanos put him under pressure, and he got out of it quite easily. And I was very impressed with that. But again, it is tough having a rating when you're holding 3 goals. Red card doesn't help. I thought him and Kilman were just about the same in my opinion.
I think you boys have been very harsh in the chat.
I agree. To Diddy as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Kilman is really at fault for a goal, but what Todibo did for the Olaena goal is just silly. No matter if you're down 3 goals, 4 goals, you got to keep it professional. So I'll probably give Todibo a high 5.
I'll go next. I'll give him a 5. I agree with you on the third goal, the screamer from outside the box, but I think he was just knackered. If I'm being real. Yeah, I think when he's running around, he was in midfield yesterday for some reason. I don't know what the fucking manager's doing, but we'll get to him later on. I make mine short and sweet, 5 out of 10 average. Jay?
So on that point, right, in the second half when he was in midfield, he was covering some ground and he was actually trying to create something and he was trying to make something happen, which when you're playing with 10, he did more in that position, a position he doesn't play, than Alvarez did in the first half. Like he tried everything that Alvarez should be trying. So fair play to him for that. And like, he's so press resistant. He's so good on the ball when he's at centre back. So I literally was sitting there watching the game like, I think Todibo's done really well today as he flipped it straight to Aina and he slapped it top bin. So I cursed him there. So I'd say 5.5. I'd have probably gone 6 if he weren't if he didn't give that ball away. So yeah, a difficult game for him, but 5.5 for me.
Alfie's in the chat. Man, still scared to come on this platform. Pussy. That's what you are. Right. I ain't saying no more on that. Right. Mitch, what you saying? Todibo.
High 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I don't think he was as bad as what people make out, but I think there's a lot worse players in our ranks. We'll move on to him.
Yeah, have a good game. No. He was right.
Emerson.
He wasn't terrible. Fucking hell.
All right. Emerson. Jay, what you saying?
Didn't notice him all that much.
Average.
Yeah. I think we've said before, I didn't really notice him much. Like, is that a bad thing? No. Is it a good thing? No. I wasn't blown away with him. I don't think he really got on the ball. I don't think he really helped.
He only touched the ball 44 times yesterday.
Yeah, so there you go. I'd probably say like a 5. But I haven't really got much to say about his performance because I didn't really notice him much.
I'll give him a high 4. I don't think he was as effective as he usually is. There was times where he was in space, but we kept going diagonal all the time, which is a pain in the fucking arse. Shout out to the celebrations. Yeah, shit. High 4, right? And that's the only thing that's come decent out of this whole platform is fucking.
Oh my god! I just saw him balloons.
Yeah, I know. Fuck knows, you know what I mean? But it's a celebration, you know what I mean? That he didn't get a 5.
James, you know what
Lucas.
cracks me up? Every time you get angry and you start doing that, it comes up with a thumbs up every time, and it cracks me up.
Because he's on the Android. It must have been hacked or something.
Oh fuck, mate. Everything's hacked, mate. My name is like James something else now. But yeah, Lucas, what are you saying?
Jamie Lee.
I agree with Jay. He really didn't do much. He wasn't great. He wasn't poor. He was just kind of there. Like I said, 44 touches. Normally it feels like he's on the ball a bit more, but probably just a 5.
Yeah. Mitch?
Just a 5. Probably the quietest player, really, on our team. Don't remember anything of note from him, to be honest. Whether that's a good or bad thing. Well, obviously you want him to do something in the game, so yeah, just a 5.
Just a 5. Let's come to this man. Mitch, you can unleash on Guido Rodriguez.
This man, I hate him. I really just do not like him. He got a bit better in the last couple of games, but then the players, we played against a very slow United team, an awful Ipswich midfield, and as soon as you press this guy, fuck, he's fucked. He's alright in slow build-up play when he's not getting pressed, but when he's got players pressing him and he's got he hasn't got much space to work his magic. Well, not magic. I don't know, his work. Let's just say
His work.
Then, my God, I thought he was really shit.
What are you giving him? Don't leave us in suspense.
He's in between a 2 and a 3, this guy.
High 3.
I'll go next. I'll give him a 4 out of 10. Yeah. The reason why his second half isn't really his fault to a point. Like, even the first half to a point. Like, I don't think
He's got no bollocks. He's just such a passenger. He's such a passenger, the geezer.
I understand it. Don't get me wrong.
He was made for Mark Warburton ball.
Yeah, but
he was made for Mark Warburton.
I don't blame him though to a point, right? Because he shouldn't even be starting games. He's starting games because Lopetegui's shit. So yeah, I'll give him a 4 to a point. Yeah, just he's fucking average, isn't he? He's an average Joe, right? Something Lucas said a long time ago, and I make you 100% right, Lucas. Yeah, right. Shout out to the American who people reckon don't know fuck all, but he knows quite a lot. When we got a goal down, this geezer's pointless having on the pitch. It's simply pointless having this geezer on the pitch because he can't build up nothing, he can't create nothing, he can't stop nothing, he can't
get
nothing.
Out of areas. If someone presses him and he's got his back to
Yeah.
the player, he's fucked. He has to like kind of whack it or just
Don't play.
Yeah.
To
He's
his
got no
strengths at
ability
all.
on the ball. He's got no
Yeah.
strength. He's just
So basically, what this geezer is a like possession based when we're winning a game. Simple as that.
I can
Four.
cut out the occasional pass. Like
And again, the most effective we've seen him in is a mid-low block, and when we win the ball back in our own half and we build up.
that works at mid-low block when he's good. Only when you're playing against a team that will not press us and don't have athletic, powerful, strong midfielders.
Yeah. Right, I'll go 4. Joey, what you saying?
Yeah, the thing that alarms me, right? We're talking about him being good in like when we've got possession. We had like 60% of the ball in the first half, and he completed 17 passes.
And he
as
only
our
had
centre
26
midfielder.
touches.
Do you know what I mean?
That's not
like,
good.
If you were playing in a 3-5-2, whatever the hell that formation was, I don't even want to talk about it. But like, if he's one of the 2 centre midfielders, he's got to be creating. He's got to be dynamic, but he's so undynamic. Like, I can't even think of what the correct word is, but he's not it. And none of us were surprised as well. We saw that lineup with 3 at the back and him as a midfield too, and you were like, geez, well, this ain't going to work, is it? So yeah, I'm just not surprised. I'll give him a 4, and he can count himself lucky that he gets a 4 from me.
I'm just gonna say this before I hand it over to Lucas. Yeah, shout out to Brozovic. Anyone knows Brozovic on X? Yeah, he said that we've got Club America's pivot from 2017.
So right, he's so right.
That hit me hard.
That
hit me hard.
That hit like crack cocaine, mate. Honestly, that hit me fucking.
That actually
deep.
made me cry.
Mate, like just
Tears
picture
of
this.
pain.
We have got Club America's 2017 pivot of Guido Rodriguez and Edson Alvarez. Just let that sink
Premier
in.
League side.
In a Premier League side in the 2024 season. Lucas, over to you, mate.
I agree with Jay. I think Rodriguez is lucky he only played a half because if he played a full match, he's probably an easy 2 or 3. But because he only played a half, I think he's fortunate to get a 4 for me. But again, like I've said, I really just I don't think we play to his strengths, but I also agree with what Mitch said about him in his analysis. I agree with all that. So again, I just don't understand why we are not trying to counterattack. I don't understand why we're not trying to put him in a mid-low block and work to his strengths.
He's not a terrible player, but he has to be in a team where he's got players
He's a system player.
Complement him, or
yes,
or he's in a packed midfield, or even the team that's sitting quite deep, like that. Just literally parks the bus for full 90 minutes and just sits there and covers and just screens the whole time and just plays them long balls. And that's it.
Just sit in a block and counterattack. I just don't understand why we're not doing that. But again, for me, 4 it wasn't a good day for him at all.
4 out of 10. We move on to this man, probably the easiest rating of the night. I'll go first. You let us down, Edson. Yet again, yet again. Liverpool away. You let us down. You let us down.
Which red card was worse? I think Forrest was terrible.
Yesterday is absolutely fucking brain dead defending. Yeah. The first one, people were saying it's soft, but he stops a counter attack. It's a yellow card.
Easy yellow.
And the second one is a criminal offence and should be in Pentonville prison tonight. To a point, I am fucking disgusted with that second one. Considering we are under pressure, we're 1-0 down. And he goes and slides in and just completely
he literally
fucking
had
ransacks
5 men back as
that
well.
Is just,
5v1.
So thick. It's so dumb.
I'm just going to say this.
It proves lack of brain cells, doesn't it?
Yeah. Just going to say this. I'm giving him a 0 out of 10. Pointless. It's pointless. What he gave us in that first half was fuck all. And what he did give us is a problem in the second half. And for me, we've got a major problem with him because he's a liability. And we've got a walking liability in midfield. And people say, ain't on Edson Alvarez. I'm sorry, if you've played football at any standard, whether that's junior level, professional level, right, Sunday league, whatever, you know full well, if that's your teammate, you want to probably go up there and give them a clump because like they've let you down. They've completely let you down there. So, yeah, 0 for me. Jay, I'll let you go next.
I saw, leading up to the game, I saw loads of praise for him on the timeline. I mentioned,
really?
I'll tell you about this because this will wind you up, and I'm sure there's people in chat if they didn't see this. But we saw the article and we briefly talked about it in the preview where he's bringing in a strength and conditioning coach and this, that, and the other, which I'm like, yeah, fair enough, cool. That's what I want to see. But there was people that saw that article and went, he's a fantastic player. He should be one of the first names on the team sheet. I was like, are you serious? Because he's flown a couple of people over from Mexico and then he's lumped someone in the 45th minute and got sent off again. And it's just proven that like he's so unreliable. But people are just deluded. They see one sign and go, yeah, brilliant player. Yeah, absolutely. He's got to be playing. I was like, grow up. Honestly, grow up.
Listen, I have Lucas on this channel from America. That means I have the right to play for West Ham fucking United. Do you know what I mean?
I think you might be right, though, Mike Fury. He's made a very good point there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He could be a hero at the end of this.
Yeah. This is true. I can't disagree with you, mate. I'm happy with a 0. I don't see what the point in him is at the moment. He can hold bench next week, and let's hope we give the youth a chance. Get Lewis Orford in.
So many people misconstrued passion with recklessness.
Yeah, it's Lucas. Take it off.
First half, honestly, even without the red card, he was shocking. He was terrible.
Yeah.
And then you add the red card in. One of the worst red cards I've ever seen. Just whoever's complaining about the yellow, they don't know the game. I'd be screaming my head off if we didn't get a yellow. Someone did that to us.
It's so bad, isn't it? I'm just sitting there thinking about it. It's so bad. There's 5 at the back, and he just goes sliding in and goes, "Yo, what? I'm going in there early."
That was genuinely so bad. So first half, he was already terrible. Then you add on the red. Honestly, I don't think I've ever given a player a negative rating, but I'm going to give him a -5. He just avoids jail time for me.
Fucking Mitch.
Can you recall players from loan in January? I suppose you can, can't you?
Depends on the contract.
Yeah, it depends on the contract.
Well, I would get JWP back. Our midfield makes me fucking sick.
It does, mate.
Makes me fucking sick. And this ain't a dig at Souček, but when Souček has been your best performing midfielder in the season, when he's been, let's be honest, he's been alright this season. He's not been great. Like, he's not been great. He's been alright. He's been a lot better than all the other midfielders, which is why everyone's saying he's been really good. He's been alright. But all the other midfielders, every single other midfielder in this fucking team, including Paqueta, has been a fucking cunt. All of them.
Yeah. Completely agree.
And this man is the biggest cunt. I will give one bit of what's the word?
Praise.
Not praise. Whatever the fucking word is. Lopetegui playing him as like a box to box 8, pressing high up in the fucking pitch when he should literally just be sitting in the midfield deep. Is a disgrace. When
Our best
you're trying to
pressing
get him to build up play and be creative. It's not who he is.
Our best pressing midfielder was sitting in the boxes yesterday at the match.
There were like lynch mobs that went to go after Moyes for
Souček.
playing a double pivot of Souček and Ward-Prowse last season. What I would give for a Souček Ward-Prowse double pivot right now.
You know how bad that is?
Yeah,
That's
I know,
fucking
but
bad.
what I would give for it, honestly. God.
Oh, I don't know, even still.
Mitch, what are you rating him?
I'll give him a 1. Yeah.
That's too gone.
We'll move on to Crescencio
Absolute
Summerville.
cunt.
He's on about Alvarez there, people, not Summerville.
You're not Summerville.
Right, I'll go first on Crescencio. People, Brozovic is probably in the chat lurking around. People are knocking him and saying he was shit. He wasn't great, but the system didn't suit him or Bowen or Paqueta to a point. I'm going to make mine short and sweet. I'm giving him a 4. I thought he was poor. He didn't do a lot. And what he did was bare minimum. The only decent thing I remember him doing in the whole game was when the ball come across and he controlled it one touch and had a right.
That touch gets a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that touch, like magnificent touch. But as a performance level, 4.
Somebody won't
Jay.
play that position. What?
Jay, what you saying?
This is the levels we've sunk to. The highlight of the game for us was like, remember that touch Summerville took in the first half?
I know. Fucking joke, isn't it? Let's be real.
That's where we sunk to. Oh my God. He brought one out of the air and we're
People
like,
wanted to start
yeah.
the play. Now we're going for touches.
Remember that famous control at the Forest Ground in 2024? Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah, mate, I thought Ola Aina absolutely took him for
We're
a
all
walk.
just sitting in the boozer. Do you remember that touch 30 years ago? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Aina literally made him his bitch and took him for a walk. Like, he didn't get round him. Didn't get
One
near
of the
him,
most
did he?
underrated defenders in the league, in my opinion. He's so good.
I thought he was fantastic.
Really
that day.
surprised me.
Yeah.
I really like him.
And then he took the piss out of us.
Got a
in
bit of
the change
everything,
room
really,
afterwards.
isn't he? As a player.
Yeah.
Maybe not his end
He
ball.
loves taking the piss out of us, Elena. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it gets under my skin.
Yeah. What can you do? 4 out of 10 for me for Summerville. He was crap. I don't blame him. He got dominated. We move on.
Mitch?
4. Really shit.
Mm.
Yeah. He was really
Lucas?
shit.
4 out of 10, not his best day, but that touch gets a 10 out of 10. Go on, son. Go on.
Fair
I
enough.
just hope he plays next week. And don't get
Well,
dropped
No,
after one
Lopetegui, he
fucking
won't.
Next up is Jared Bowen. Mitch, I'll let you go first.
game. Jared Bowen. Again, the player not having his best day. Played that position, obviously, in the first half massively. Really struggled to get anything. Second half.
I feel sorry for this geezer. I really do.
Yeah, I do. He really deserves to be in a really good team.
And
Yeah.
playing in his
But
best
just-
position.
Just played this position, thriving, producing numbers. Can I give him a 6? Give him a high 5.
I'll go next. I will give him a high 5. I feel sorry for him. As a captain, he's working with shit. And when you're working with shit, you become shit at the end of the day. For me, he's lost. This geezer's lost at the minute. And we need to get the Jared Bowen back. But I can't get round it with because of the manager or the head coach, so to speak. So yeah, high five for me, Lucas.
Tough one for me because again, not his day. But I actually really thought second half he was pretty good for being a man down. He won us so many corners. And again, if this was last season and we were in that same situation and James Ward-Prowse was still with us, who knows what could have happened? Because literally, I think he won us about 4 or 5 corners, if I remember correctly. Could be lying, but he did win us a bunch of corners in the second half. Again, he tried his heart out. He done as much as he could with a man down, and he's just doing the best he can, playing up top against a tough defense, out of his natural position. Just a hard day. You know what? I'm gonna give him just a 6. I think he deserves a 6. I didn't think he was that bad. I think second half for me pushed it to a 6.
Fair enough, mate. Jay?
The only thing, like I didn't think he was good personally. I take the points. I switched off in the second half, so I probably didn't notice that stuff, and I've got no interest in watching any of it back. The only thing I hope he fucking laid into Alvarez in the changing room.
He definitely didn't.
This is the thing. This is where he needs the mentorship from Nobes, and Nobes needs to be in his ear and be like, "That doesn't happen at West Ham. Like you don't allow that."
What Noble done to Pogba in the main game? Bones that to Alvarez.
Yeah,
I do agree with you on that, Jay. I do.
Yeah, he needs to raise the standards, and he can't just raise the standards by trying his heart out. He needs to raise the standards by getting into people's faces. Because there's an argument going around, like as you said at the start, James, and as we were discussing on the last video, that the fan base is now waking up and uniting against this manager. Well, there's some people out there who are like, well, are we actually going to let the players away with it? We need to start calling out some players. And I agree with that sentiment, but that needs to start from Jared Bowen getting in people's faces now. I know he's the nice bloke that we all love, but it ain't gonna wash now. Like when times get like hard, you need your captain to be getting in people's faces. So I hope he starts doing that. And I hope Nobes is in his ear telling him to do that, because we need someone with that kind of character in the dressing room. So just thought I'd get out there. I think 5. Again, I appreciate how hard he's trying. He was out of position. You know, it is what it is. Hopefully back at it right next week.
Is that everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone? We move on to this man. Lucas Paqueta. Shout out to the gambling king. I'll go first. I said it the other day. 10 to 11. He's going to get booked. He gets booked. Everyone cashes in on Lucas Paqueta yet again. For me, he's a lost soul. He's a lost soul. He's a man who he played actually okay, but he's okay. He's still pretty shit, if I'm being honest. I'm going to give him a standard 5. Like, what else can I say about the geezer? Do you know what I mean? Gets booked, does a standard performance. It is what it is. Lucas for Lucas, take it away.
Yeah, 5. It is sad that yesterday he wasn't that bad, but still nowhere near where he needs to be in terms of his standard and just the West Ham standard, really. And give him a little bit of slack. He's playing on the right, which I don't think I've ever seen him play out on the right. And we were playing in like a 3-4-2-1 of some sort, and it was shit. He wasn't great, but I don't know. It's weird. I think I'm going to give him just a 5, just because really he was a bit like Emerson to me. He was just there. Didn't really do anything bad. Didn't do anything great. So
yeah, I agree with you, mate.
I would have much rather see him in the middle of some sort, maybe kind of like a false 9, maybe. But whatever.
Mitch, what are you saying?
I actually thought he'd done better yesterday.
He did.
Than he's been playing recently. I think recently he's been a massive liability. Every time he's on the ball, I think, fuck it, just don't give it away. But yesterday, I thought he linked up play better. He tried. His body language seemed better. His off the ball movement was better. It's a step in the right direction in terms of how shit he's been recently. But it's still, still nowhere near what Paqueta can and should be doing for us. I'll give him a 5.
Jay?
Yeah, I think he had the shot that was cleared off the line, didn't he? In the first half, our one attempt. So you got to hand him that as well. Just the only thing I'd add, because I agree with everything that's been said.
Trophy for him.
Yeah, exactly. Remember
And
that
us.
great effort that was cleared off the line, along with some of it was touch. Yeah. Just cast your mind back a couple of years when he scored his first goal for West Ham at St James's Park. We played a 3-4-3, and he was in the midfield too with Declan Rice, and he was sensational in that game. He was so good. But it
Lucas
goes
don't
to
want to hear
show.
it. He don't want to fucking hear it.
But like the thing is, like you look at how far his levels have dropped, and you look at how well he played when he played next to like a top quality holding midfielder like Declan Rice, and you look at what we've got now. If we had that Paqueta playing in a midfield too, like it's a completely different game. But we don't have that Paqueta. It's an improvement. I'd go 5.5, but hopefully it's the start. I've been saying this a lot. Hopefully it's the start of his improvement. It probably won't be, but we'll see.
Let's move on to the subs. The Cardio King is back in full effect. Fucking one of the worst signings I've seen. The only thing good about this geezer is he's fucking gelled out.
He's fit.
He has got a great barnet, and
he's got a fucking great syrup on his fucking head. The cunt, honestly, mate, absolute has to be a syrup, right? Honestly, what? Someone tell me what this prick does other than run.
Nothing.
We got no answers for you, mate. Like absolutely.
Hey, I am not kidding. He is Roberto Torre.
He offers himself to the ball.
Zaza,
He runs around the pitch. Like Emerson's got a player, so they will be there to link up one pass. That's all he does.
Mate, he doesn't even press that well either, which is crazy because he is the Cardio King. I mean, let's be honest. Souček and Soufal, Cardio Kings. If it's a battle to the death, but Solaire's right there as well. Fuck me, he stinks.
I'm gonna say a 1 just for the barnet alone and putting the shirt on. Give us a number, lads.
0.
Yes, celebrate the Cardio King. Celebrate it.
0.
Celebrations. I know. Go on.
I genuinely don't believe. I genuinely don't know what he offers. If I'm being honest, so 0 for me. Thought he was awful.
0. Jay, number?
Yeah, 1 for me because he's a handsome boy, but other than that,
yeah. Mitch?
2.
2. Fair enough. Right, let's come to
because he
Mikel
can run and he has a bonnet.
Yeah. Right, let's come to Mikel Antonio. I see him get a lot of stick last night. I don't understand that one. Right, I don't think he was as bad. Yeah, in the second half. Right, there's other players worse. Mitch, what are you saying about him?
Yeah, I thought he tried. Again, we looked more threatening with him.
I thought he held the ball up decently in the second half.
I don't think he done too much. It wasn't bad actually. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, I don't think you can rip into him. What should I give him? Yeah, just a 5.
Yeah, I'll give him a 5. I thought he was all right. I thought he was okay. I thought he ran around, he tried, but the game was dead. As soon as that second goal went in, the game was dead. Let's be real. Lucas?
High 5. Closer to 6. I actually thought he held the ball up decently second half, and we did have some decent transition second half. But again, like you said, game was gone. Game was dead. Thank you, Alvarez. So high 5.
Yeah. Jay?
Yeah, feeding off scraps when he gave it his all. Happy with a 5. Not much else to say.
Let's get to Andy Irving. What an appearance. What?
I'm also sick of this as well, because how many times have I said on this channel, we had suitable and decent offers for this guy, and Lopetegui said he was going to give him a chance. When is enough? I've seen enough of the midfield combinations we have been playing, and especially Souček was ill, Rodriguez, Alvarez not on it, Paqueta's not on it. This guy needs to, and again, I'm not trying to say Andy Irving is some world beater, but Lopetegui is looking like a fraud right now. We could have gone 15 to 20 million pounds for this guy, and he kept him around. Genuinely, I don't know what other options there are, and I think it might be time to see him. And that it's not necessarily that I want to see him, but we're running out of options. And Lopetegui wanted to keep this guy around, said he deserves a chance. And I'm sick of these appearances at the end of the matches when nothing matters. I can't like rate this guy. I don't even know how good he is. Like, genuinely, it's disgraceful in my opinion. 5. I don't know.
I think it's an absolute fucking disgusting joke that this geezer has not been given a chance. I'm going to be straight. Are you telling me that there's
I
other
agree.
players? There's other players that's better than him.
Especially
right
not
now.
Soler. Definitely not Soler.
Right?
Yeah, I forgot him too.
Fucking Soler, all that geezer's got is a fucking gelled haircut. Guido runs around in circles, and fucking the Mexican fucking enforcer, all he wants to do
Guido
is kill
tries to
people.
run around in circles.
Yeah, it's just a fucking joke. I'll give him a 5. Honestly, but we get to the manager shortly, so it doesn't matter. Jay, what you saying?
I can't add much more. Give him a chance. I don't know what I'm sure we'll talk about the Everton game in the week, but give him a go. Like, I don't know. We've got no other options now, have we? Happy with a 5. He came on for 10 minutes for a left back.
I would much rather see Rodriguez and Irving than Rodriguez and Soler. Even Paqueta, if I'm being honest. I'm sick of what I'm seeing. And again, really the only thing we can hope for is a bit of change, and hopefully that change maybe pays off. But again, I understand why people would be like, nah, like, don't play Irving. I get it, but I'm personally just sick of the same shit that's being wheeled out, if I'm being honest. So.
Mitch, what you saying before we get to the last two?
Lucas, exactly what I said there is exactly how I feel. I get people saying start Irving based off nothing much. I get it, but at this point, I just want to see something different. Oh, fucking hell.
And this is the thing, right? The chat's saying as well that there's no way we're getting £15 million, and that could be true. I'm only going off of some decent sources I've seen on Twitter, right? Not like own goal Nigeria and all that bullshit, but even good loans we had for him. If we really see this guy as maybe
he's not 24 though, isn't he? You can't fucking keep loaning him out every time.
Agree, but he had, like, I think it was Celtic, I think one of them as well, and some Bundesliga clubs, a La Liga club, I think wanted to loan him in. The point is, if we think he is a decent piece, is what Lopetegui has said, I'd rather see him out on loan at a decent club than just sitting on the bench, not getting an opportunity, and all he gets is a 10-minute jog out.
I would rather see him in our central midfield than the two cunts that we've got in there right now. Simple as that. Yeah, because I'm going to say this, he's a British hard-working midfielder, and that's what we need. We need someone who can get the ball, get stuck in, and prepared to fucking fight. Do you know what I mean?
Somebody who will value wearing a West Ham shirt. Exactly what you say. Somebody who will know. He'll go, I've got my chance at a Premier League start here. Not like these absolute morons who throw in like challenges from about 10 yards away and get themselves sent off. Like, I cannot agree with you more. We've been saying, like, I said I don't feel connected to the players because they don't look interested. Like, I guarantee you put Andy Irving on, he could stink the place out, but he'd give it 110%. Like, you can't fault that, can you? And that's where we're at the moment, right now.
And he would already be a couple steps ahead, just effort alone, in my opinion, because we all know we have this is the thing. We all know the players we have in the midfield, they're good players. They have good qualities, but the effort and everything else has just been shocking.
It most certainly has, mate. It comes to the ref. I make it pretty short and sweet. He got both decisions right against Alvarez. Don't think he done a lot wrong, if I'm being honest. Anyone else agree, disagree on that?
Didn't notice so much.
Thought he was fine.
6.
Yeah. I'll probably say a 6 and
7. Yeah, I think it was bang on. Like, no issue.
Right. Fair enough. That's short and sweet. Now this come to this fucking Spanish cunt. You know what I mean? Fucking Julian, I ain't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what I'm fucking doing, Lopetegui. Yeah, I have had enough of this cunt. I really have. Yeah, and I would personally go into Stratford and throw him at me fucking self. Yeah, I fucking mean it. I've had enough of this cunt, honestly. It is. I know full well.
Is he worse than Avram?
Good debate.
Tell you what, Mitch. Tell you what, it's fucking close, mate. Because what it is,
he's worse, 100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight. Yeah. I have never seen someone so erratic in tactics and formations and things like that in my life as a West Ham fan. Maybe Avram grants a shout. Maybe, yeah. Because this just feels so... It feels like bipolar. It feels like this man's got bipolar. He can't keep still and like do the basics. I'm going to hand it over to you boys, yeah? Take your time on who wants to go first. But this he's got to fucking go, this cunt. Honestly, he really has.
I'll take the reins. I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet. but I'm not going to try and lose my head over it. I'm going to give him a 2. Just shocking what came out. Just there was nothing good about it, and of course Alvarez does let him down to a point. But even so, there was no way we were winning that match. No chance. We had an XG of 0.13, non-existent in my opinion. But there was just no way we were winning that match with the setup we had. Just a zero chance, and that's on Lopetegui. I'm sick and tired of both fullbacks overlapping to Kingdom Come and getting stuck out of position. No matter how hard you try to get back, there's only so many times you can bust your gut getting back time and time and time again all match. We need to stop, and the inverting as well with Wan-Bissaka. I don't know what the mission is with these fullbacks, and it's not good. It leaves the midfield exposed. Transitional defending is going to be an issue all season. I've said it so many times. 2 out of 10. I've never been a believer.
Okay. That's a great comment. Shout out to the comment tonight from Leader. Yeah. And Jonathan Spector midfield. Lopetegui has Paqueta, Guido, Alvarez, and Co. On this basis, he is worse than Avram Grant. If he's worse than Avram Grant, we're going down, people. Do you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Double M podcast also. I will say that, give them a shout out. I'm going to say this, right? He gets a 0 for me, right? Because the moment that lineup come out at 1:45, yeah, when you're setting up in the way you did, you're basically setting up to contain Forest. And my argument was yesterday when we was having a discussion in the group chat, basically what happens when we score? What happens when they score, sorry. Yeah? If they score, then what happens? And it proved yesterday, the tactics go out the window. The geezer's erratic, he's out of control, and he needs to be fucking let go from West Ham. Yeah, I can't get on board with him. I can't understand when people say you got to give him time and trust the process and be patient and all that. What the fuck am I trying to be patient for? You've got a man that keeps playing Wan-Bissaka, as an inverted fullback. He's playing Paqueta on the right side, but he's never played right at West Ham. You've got a manager or a head coach that is blagging it to a point. We are lucky to be on 11 points. Let's be real here, right? We are so lucky and blessed to be on 11 points. We should be on about 6. This geezer he's bad. He's bad, and he has got to go for me. 0 for me. Sorry, not good enough. Mitch, what are you saying?
Even though I didn't want this manager in, I did not expect anywhere near. I don't think any of us expected us to be as bad as what he has been. I've never seen a manager just so completely off the mark, so completely delusional to see clear and obvious problems in every single game, not rectifying them, still persisting with the same system, whatever fucking system it is, still having this open play where there's just no connectivity, there's no patterns of play. The wing backs bombing forward every fucking time where they cannot be bombing forward anymore. Changing the team. He himself has not got a clue. If he started the same lineup every game, I could kind of understand where he'd be coming from.
Yep.
But this geezer, honestly, is clueless. He doesn't have a single idea what to do. We're losing every game. His press conferences, when I can barely fucking understand him, do not give me any hope as well. He has to be sacked. He is the biggest cunt I've ever seen in football. One of the biggest cunts. I hate him. I hate the man. He's got no aura as well.
Negative aura.
Negative aura. What a fucking prick.
He could just about understand what we're fucking saying. I'm not being funny. I sat in the interview room and gone, right, we've got this manager, and then Julian Lopetegui walks in with his fucking interpreter. And he's like, bit part. Like, how's that? Mate, that's on Sullivan, that is, honestly. But I agree with you, Mitch. I'm so angry with this geezer. And what you said at the start of this segment about Avram Grant, is he worse than Avram Grant? I think he is worse than Avram Grant,
I
mate.
think he is.
100%. Like, I look at him and I've got when people say to me, "Oh, you've got to like you're being a reactionary and you're doing this, you're doing that." I need to come back and fire back with a fucking West Ham missile and say, "You tell me what he's going to do then to benefit us." He's doing fuck all at the minute, other than ruining us to a point. Jay, I think you go next, man.
So I saw this stat argument, whatever, pop up on Twitter. I think maybe yesterday. I can't remember.
Oh boy.
If we beat Everton, we are on the same amount of points as we were this time last year. Get your head around a bloke who has no idea what he's doing somehow potentially being level on what we were on this time last season. Like, this is absolutely insane to me. How on earth have we and do you know what's going to happen is we're going to scrape like the most horrible 1-0 win against Everton, and he's bought his ticket to be at West Ham until at least December. Like, there's no way that we get rid of this bloke at the moment, and I don't think we get rid of him for maybe not until the end of the season.
Would you keep rid of him tonight if you could?
Yeah, I think I would. And I've been so because I do believe it takes time, but the only thing that's happened in the time that we've had so far is I actually actively don't like watching any football. Like that's the only thing that I've experienced. I love. I'll tell you what, on a Sunday, I love sitting down watching Super Sunday, just having a chilled out day. I avoid it now. I actually just dislike football in general. Like, that is what this time that it's taken has given me in my life. Thank you, Julian Lopetegui. You have killed my love of football. Not only going to West Ham, but just football in general. I couldn't even go.
For me, it's actually done the opposite. I actually prefer watching other football now because I go, this is good fucking quality football.
That is a pattern of play. That is a style. But this is the thing. I look at it and I look at it. I'm just jealous. I'm looking at teams play and I'm like, we have all of that quality somewhere in our squad, and I'm confident that 9 out of 10 West Ham fans, you could go, right, can you just pick today's starting lineup and formation, and then we'll play it. And I'm so confident that it would be better than what we're watching.
There's no reason why we shouldn't be trying to play like Nottingham Forest. It just doesn't make sense. We literally have the players to play that style and be effective, yet we are so adamant on possessing the ball, playing Mark Warburton-esque, and doing absolutely fuck all with it. I'm not joking. It literally screams Mark Warburton to me. Again, I don't understand how people find this entertaining. What is entertaining about possessing the ball 5% more than what we normally do and just passing it back and forth doing fuck
but I blame all them people, mate. I blame all them fucking people who say, I want to be entertained, right? They were screaming it. I want to be entertained, I do. I can't stand this low block. Right. Whereas now what you've got is a huge problem. Now.
That thing that Jay brought up, that tweet and that stat, that's all fun. That's all fine and good. But what everyone said was the worst season they've ever seen. We finished 9th.
Oh, it's fucking.
We're gonna finish 14th.
Yeah, but they
15th.
are. This is what really winds me up. Yeah, it really fucking winds me up because I've seen worse than that last season. I've seen a lot worse than that. Jay, you can probably vouch this. Mitch, maybe you also from back in the day. Avran Grant season was fucking diabolical, mate. Absolute diabolical all over the shop. When we nearly went down in 2007, it was only because of Carlos fucking Tevez saved the day for us because we was going down. Yeah. And people have got this entitlement, like they see Man City and they see these other clubs, they go, oh, we want to be playing like that. But what it was under David Moyes, I'm going to defend Moyes on this one. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to defend him on this one. Is he set up a way of which suited us? We're trying to set up a way to suit Lopetegui.
An identity, a philosophy. What's that?
It's
what's
fucking,
that,
oh, mate. Honestly, I can't believe somebody when people say that to me and say, "Oh, it was one of the worst errors at West Ham." Get in the fucking bin. Do you know what I mean? Honestly, get in the bin. It's just shit. It's just bollocks. That's what it is, right? And these people have been lied to. I'm going to say this because I'm going to go on a fucking rant now because I've had enough of these cunts. First off, I was lied to last year, ahead of a lot of people. Lied through other big platforms, right? I don't lie to no cunt. Everything I've said is come true. I told people Lopetegui was going to come here and he fucking turned up, And I know? I fucking knew, right? Everyone else sort of blown smoke up the German cunt's arse in Steiden. Yeah, shout out to the thumbs up. Yeah, honestly, right? Honestly, I've had enough. I've had a fucking gutful, mate. Tim Steidten is another problem at West Ham, because how can you get a midfield so fucking wrong?
Mate, where was he yesterday in the tunnel or out on the pitch after we
Nowhere
got
to be
fucked?
seen. Nowhere to be seen. No pep talk. No scarf on. No German fucking.
He's probably too
hair.
busy talking to Plenberg, getting another mouthpiece tweet out.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, right? People have got to understand we're in a shit situation now, right? When I say a shit situation, I'm in a very bad situation to a point, because now we've got a problem with Lopetegui being shit and an owner who won't do the right thing, and that's where you've got you've got a major problem there. Because what do? Do you hope Lopetegui does well, or do you trust David Sullivan to change it and go around the other way? Like, it ain't gonna work. Steidten, biggest fucking we was gaslighting about him last year. Absolute gaslighting. Oh, he's the best thing, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing that's ever happened to West Ham. And the cunt hadn't even done nothing yet. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? And he's provided Guido Rodriguez and Alvarez, Club Americanas 2017 fucking pivot. Like, can someone get in the fucking bin and tell me that one, for fuck's sake? Honestly, it's a joke. Absolute joke, right? And that fucking Spanish cunt, Lopetegui, has got to go. He's got to go. He's going to kill us. He's going to kill every one of them players. And you're going to see players who might want to leave then. Yeah, big players might want to leave. What happens if Jared Bowen wants to leave? Because he maybe thinks to himself, you know what? They haven't matched my ambition here. Then we're fucked. I don't know who else wants to add on to that.
And that would be an incredibly sad day.
Kudus will go. Kudus will fuck off.
I think he's as good as gone, isn't he? I think he'd be gone in the summer. Paqueta
I think half the team
which would be good, but
I think half the team's gone, if I'm being honest.
yeah.
I really do. I'm fucking worried, mate. I'm gonna be straight. I agree with what Mitch said earlier, like, about him. Like, he's one of the worst managers that for a long time. Like, and what I can't get my head around on this one, I don't know about you, Mitch, is I can't see what he does good. I simply can't see it.
The result where we've got results this season so far has purely been based off individuals, and the somewhat quality that is still in our team. The tactics he has laid out is just. I don't need to go through it all again, but it's just disgraceful. Lacking identity, it's nothing. It's just.
Mitch, I got a question for you, right?
Yeah, go on.
So you asked me, like, would I take it if Lopetegui was gone tonight? So if, let's say, he was gone tonight, like, who would you want to come in and steer it for the rest of the season?
I really just don't care. I'm just so sick of seeing him. I've not even thought about that, because I just hate this man so much. He sabotaged all hopes of us having a good season, and I had hopes that we'd push on this season. I did. I didn't think we would. I said we'd finish 9th or 10th. But looking at now, fucking hell, I'll be in dreamland. So, I don't know. Honestly, I'd have Mark Noble as interim.
Yep, great.
And then
Bring Nolan
I really
back,
don't.
dude.
Honestly, fuck it. I know it sounds horrible. I'd take anyone. Honestly,
Do you know the only problem
Potter.
I got with that? Because, like, I hear the shouts of, like, Nolan and Noble, right? And I love the pair of them. They're proper West Ham. They get it. Like, we'd be represented again in the dugout. I don't want them to taint their reputations.
Yeah,
they can't. They neither of them can be at the helm.
I'll give them one game.
Yeah, but just as an interim, Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
maybe
wouldn't tarnish their legacy, isn't it?
But this is the thing with interims.
There you go. That's the one.
How often the interims come in, do really well, get offered the job like permanently at other clubs, and then they're crap.
Do you know what?
They're out within a season.
Darren's just said it in the chat there, right? If someone said to me right now, do you want to go and get a manager that knows the league, is he young enough for a new philosophy? Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah, I don't hate that. It's a shout.
I would go for him straight
I would
away.
take Ole right now. I'd snap your hand off.
Right? Fucking hell, mate. Like, for me, I agree with Mitch. I'd let Noble run the show for one game against Everton. If it was me, if it was to say, right, I'd sack the cunt tonight, I'd ring him up and say to him, you are fired, like Alan Sugar, right? I then would say, like about Nolan and Noble taking over for one game. Yeah, give them one game. Yeah, and that will galvanise the fan base because everyone will be together then and say, right, let's get this win, go into an international break, and then you've got 2 weeks to find a manager. Right. The problem is with the whole situation is, do you trust Sullivan? And the answer to that is I don't, because I will have money on it. Yeah, I won last time, and I'll give you another bet right now. If he gets sacked, Rafael Benitez will be in the frame.
Shut up. Why'd you have to bring that name up?
And I'm telling you,
James.
if he's in the fucking frame,
I fucking dare you, James.
just put me to rest, mate. Lay me down, shoot me there.
I'm doing it, James. I'm doing it for your sake.
It's sad because there are some decent options out there, but again, I just like if we want a project, I want us to appoint someone off that. Again, everyone this season is talking about project. There's no shot to project on a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option. And everyone's saying, oh, it is a project. The players don't think that, though. Antonio literally said it the other day, which he got slated for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Oh, shock. We want to get back into Europe. Why do you have to open his mouth? Shut the fuck up, honestly. It's so ridiculous. The goal from the players is to get back into Europe. That is the mission this season. But some Joe Schmoes say otherwise. Who do you think I'm going to believe?
What would you do, Lucas, before we round this up? Jay's question.
If our aim, like the players have said, or Antonio, but I'm sure everyone shares the same sentiment. If the mission is to get back into Europe, he's got to go now. If we want any chance of that happening. Now, do I think we would get it if we did do that? No, I don't think so. I think I know it's still early in the season, but I think we've fucked it to a point. But like I said, if we want that chance, which is a very small chance in my opinion, he's got to go tonight. He's got to go now. But do I think that will happen?
A loss against Everton if it meant that he would get sacked next week.
I personally say no. I don't like those questions. I really don't, because I never want to see us.
But I think when it's this bad, I personally would. When I see no direction whatsoever, no hope, none,
it's
I personally would.
Don't get me wrong, Mitch. Tough. Don't get me wrong. I get that. I don't ever want to see West Ham lose, but on this one, I can't not disagree with you. There is no fucking direction there.
Like, but basically, my answer is if the goal is to get back into Europe with that small chance, he's got to go. In my opinion, you bring in Potter, Terzic, Ole, Will Still. There's a bunch of options, right? And you tell them it's a project to get back into Europe. But I don't see it happening. I think even if this continues, the earliest he'll get sacked is Christmas.
Right. I'm going to ask you this to round this up. Yeah, and this question for the chat. Also, smash a like on the video. 66 is in the chat. What happens next week if we do lose? Does he get sacked for you?
No.
I think if we get, I think the only way, in my opinion, that he would
like a 4-0 loss.
Yeah, if we got beat, if we got a drum in like 3-0 or worse, I could see him getting sacked then, because then the noise will be from external sources, the media, other fans, social media will be bubbling away.
Oh, Plenberg and Steinberg going at each other through Sullivan and Stein. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a match that would
be. Jay?
The thing is, I don't think... I agree with everything everyone's just said, but I thought this as well, to what you said earlier. It'd be Rafa Benitez. He's been desperate to sign Rafa Benitez up for so long. No. How many times is he, even after Allardyce, he tried to get Benitez in?
Let's grab the gun.
Like, literally, that's who it will be.
And
you know what
say the name again.
I can't.
Look in the mirror. Look at the mirror, lights off, say it 3 times.
One thing I'm gonna say, right, on it, is I don't think he will offer him a contract, but Sullivan's the sort of person that would offer him a contract to the end of the season, if that makes sense. And then say, right, steer us clear, and then go from there. Yeah. Honestly, it's a mess. I'm going to be straight. It's an absolute mess. And it's quite frightening, really, if I'm being honest. I do. People say that we ain't going to go down. if it comes to the Arsenal game and we lose the Arsenal game, by the time we get to the Leicester game, we could be in the bottom 3. And that's no joke. Like this does become a problem. So now we've got to watch the next 3 games and go Leicester, Wolves, Everton, Palace, Ipswich. As long as they don't pick up results, we're fine. It's just fucking embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah,
From where we've come from. But we will see. Lads, thank you very much for coming on this dull but boring fucking Sunday evening.
Depressing, very sad, emotional. But I'm with 3 good geezers, so it makes it all better, eh?
It does, mate. I like that. I like that sort of mellow look. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Also, thank you to all the subscribers who have subscribed over the last 24 hours. Like we've gone past the 4K mark now, lads. You know what I mean?
Have we?
Get the balloons out, James.
Balloons erupt.
How'd you do
mate.
it, James?
Celebration. No, there's nothing, mate.
Clap or something. Do a clap. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shake your hands or do a disco. I don't know. Fuck knows,
The wanker
whatever it is.
sign. Might be the wanker sign.
Disco.
Let's try to do the thumbs up. Do a thumbs up. Look, every time I do it, look, it just doesn't fucking.
That's only when you're angry. Be angry, James. Fuck off.
Lopetegui, fuck off. You. I don't know. Anyway, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Hit notification bell. That's us done now till probably the middle of the week. Everton at home. No Alvarez. Imagine the shit.
No Kudus. Oh, we'll find out about Kudus tomorrow as well.
Oh, good news. That's another video I've got to do. All right, no worries. I'll be back tomorrow. Anyway, that's enough from us. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy life because West Ham are shite.
Shut up.
Bye.